Affinity, a little mishap at the start, but I like the fact that they've taken a timeout here to recompose themselves back. It's the first gun round. Unfortunately, I see a disconnect as well from one of the players from Affinity. Guessing they're just going to call the tech unless he joins back in time. But Nuke, a map where you gotta do, you might be able to exhausted them to get whatever rounds you have, then it gets really hard for you unless the CTs decide to slip up on an occasion or two. So, Affinity, they've given away the first 3 of the 4 rounds here on their CT side, but they're gonna have to start picking up the ball to ensure Flirting with Danger doesn't run away with this one, OG.
Exactly, Shade. You know, thinking of a map like Nuke, I'm really happy about the way it turned out from the historical perspective. You know, back when CSGO just released Nuke, it was, which would be the expected scoreline. The T side only had to win 2 rounds. If they won more than that, you'd have a really hard time in the second half. Seeing it evolve into such a balanced map, yet maintaining that authenticity of it being Nuke, right? It's something very hard to pull off. And I'm during this online phase where we've seen it act like to this fever as well, Shade, and they might be the ones exploiting it now. Do you feel like Vertigo is going to be that map which we're going to be seeing day in and day out a few months in? Because I really love this approach from the teams in India right now, where they'd be modes and repeat. Mirage, Inferno, an occasional overpass in there, or a Dust 2. You knew how the other team was playing. You knew what Shade, both from a spectator's perspective, from a team's perspective as well, where you have so many things to fall back upon. It just tends to evolve, and this fast push towards ramp might just obliterate the setup. The double ramp setup might just hold. It does deliver results, though. The only problem is they were setting up that time, and it might have been a little too late. Swag, Flirting with Danger. I guess they went a little too fast for their own comfort.
They pretty much managed. So here in the first gun round, all they wanted to do was try and force the issue out at ramp and see if they would be ready for quick aggression through other parts of the map. But Swag, this is going to be big. He needs to land a few shots here, misses the flick, and now they're all chiming in. He misses another one. 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining. That's how fast Flirting with Danger hit ramp in that in this round. The C4 will get planted in. They almost end up lining up, but he finds nothing. Norman, this goes charging through. He finds the first. Can he catch the second? He's got the damage done, and he's my lord, OG. That was very close.
You gotta be feeling a little one, making it doable. The lineup was not as potent enough, and Grace taking a 1v1 with that HP, boy, he gotta be feeling are living up to the expectations that we have set up on Nuke. Feels like they are more than ready, and you know, as a matter of fact, Shade, deeper into the tournament where things get more evenly matched, Nuke is gonna be one of those maps where it's gonna be an extravaganza, right? You never really know which sides it's gonna go. You have that X factor always playing in on this kind of map. Ooh, Anxiety lands that shot. For a second, the MP9 that range could have been lethal. They are dealing with this in the best of ways, though, extending the range as much as possible, downing this to a 2 versus 5. This round, Inception, going in. I doubt he spotted the player towards Secret. Swag's all to his lonesome, though.
Yeah, he just about missed him going in there. And Swag, however, timing's going to be crucial. He gets spotted looking the wrong way and Flirting with Danger.
Flawless round.
Yeah, that was, again, aggression towards ramp. They did not have too much in terms of weaponry there, Affinity. Pretty much relying on isolated fights going their way. The defense was spread out pretty thin, especially towards ramp and B. The only way I see them winning that round is if Flirting with Danger make a push towards A, or if Affinity are able to get some miracles done with the pistol, but we didn't see either of those. 5-2 CTs, their money is still pretty dumpstered right now. It's about $2,500 approximate. Definitely an eco coming through. We haven't seen anything too flashy from Flirting with Danger in terms of strats.
Yeah, it's just been defaults.
Yeah, it's been default and it's been fast plays. They've been hitting the site so fast that Finity haven't really had an opportunity to sit back and kind of isolate these duels either. They've been Flirting with Danger, have been turning up with the numbers thick and fast, and the CTs, at least for now, don't really have an answer to this.
Yeah, and with them being on mere pistols, it's more about trying to do damage. So far, it feels like Flirting with in their past performances, I feel like they've been they can progress in a tournament like this. Flirting with Danger, they have names which we've seen so many times, but in terms of tournament placing and victories, if they're able to get really deep into this tournament, it would mean a lot to them. It would mean a good start to 2020. And hey, we're in the online phase of CS, right? Where we are prone to more upsets and more underdog stories. This sets up Flirting with Danger for potentially having a great year and potentially putting up great results, which nobody might see coming forward.
Nate, he's won this duel almost every single time, and that's not about to change now. He's passed the second player as well. Is he going to give him a peek here? The flashbang jumps the other way, but regardless, Flirting with Danger do have the numbers advantage early on, courtesy another pick with the big green. Nate has been pretty consistent on being able to do that time and again. They're heading in towards the A side. Norman.
Oh no.
Almost gets the lineup, but not having found it. I think the window has already and Exist is backing away with peaks. They want to hang on to everything they can. Their money is gonna be in a bad spot yet again. The gun round goes head over heels in a grand total of 20 seconds, OG.
You talked about the fast play shade, and it seems like Finity have not been able to find a way to cope with this. Play one towards in-out and one towards side default, because the A-side's been their preferred hit. Perhaps is the way to go. It seems to be a ramp. And the smoke to block off to our Danger. Great utility to set up for the post plan as well. Mario shade. It's gonna be a lot of money left in the bank. And for all we know, Shade, we've been seeing kind of run out of air in that strat book. So
it is indeed 7-3, Flirting with Danger. He is sitting on looking to take it right now, Finity round, but this time they challenge with the numbers yet again.
Frag simply game as well. Oh, for he actually threw it as his straight coming up the ladder, and the straight up aggression. Cope with the fast play, right? But as soon as the plays look to be in a little bit of a quarrel when they kind of love Flirting, even if there is a yielding numbers, using each other, ID being to a secret, it sets up for a perfect hit towards B. Flirting with Danger, they're absolutely playing around with the minds of Finity here, and this just shows how much of a power pick Nuke can be. Everybody with Finity, Spear Frag missing, but potential very high for Flirting with Danger to win this round. Nade breaks the door open as it leaves it all on anxiety. A 1 versus 2 ahead. The flash is good. Oh, what a headshot. Luckily, Finity regained control of the round and trade this to an even. 4-8. Finity are still in it to win it, but Flirting with Danger, they've got can be a good thing, because with the op, they've been having a lot of problems getting that refrag in. Without the op, hey, you don't really need the big green to always be on the successful side of things. And Flirting with Danger are making a pretty good case of it. It's been Till would prefer the rifle just to keep the pace up full effect. There's only one man to defend though. Towards the side, they do reply in kind, but for how long does the question shatter? Absolutely shattered that defense. This is happening to be one hell of a hit towards A Shade.
Down to a 1v1. He upgrades to the AK, but the spray
Oh no.
off target and shatter comes up big there. 9-4. Went all the way down to the wire, but Finity, they find themselves drawing the short straw there. MP7 armor. Yeah, I don't like this one bit.
Desperation.
And now, because of this, I don't think 2 or three players will have enough funds to invest in no mercy whatsoever. Drops the power
you
flash. He's
serious?
going for the knife.
Are you serious?
What? He gets that knife. His teammate probably disowns him right there, but
Oh my goodness. 10-4.
I think
Really put danger there.
that was just shock, OG.
Oh boy. I love the shade. Hey, it's a Saturday. Playing with danger certainly are taking things a little more casual. And it's certainly fun, ain't it, Shade? We've seen a lot of games on Nuke where it's either boils down or been a whitewash, but this has been an exciting one for me. It's been more relaxed with Flirting to Danger, having that they are having more of the dominant control, right? You know that they are in the driver's seat, and that's on multiple occasions. Hence the Molotov here to deny. He's gonna put out wide open in the day and Friday to take him out. Again, the MP7 investment, but it's paid off at least in terms of a single kill. Close swing. It actually ends up getting them into a duel situation with Kex in a 1 versus 2. Friday is down to 4 HP. The bomb gonna be planted for Hut. We're gonna offer a peek. There we go. Kex starting off with style. Nate left in the 1 versus 1, but he does deliver. 11-4. Flirting with danger with a really, really solid T half so far. Affinity, on the other hand, they have a lot of work ahead.
The T side almost is clueless on how they want to execute, and they don't really have the best of strats either in terms of the kind of smokes, the kind of mollies you want to use. I think Flirting with Danger just showed these teams how to do it without any of those fancy maneuvers. This has been just straight up raw gunpowder, trophy room,
dirty.
And they're just getting picked one by one.
Infinity getting bullied at this point with not having any way to reply to this kind of aggression and this finesse aim that Flirting with Danger certainly do have at the moment. Swag, outnumbered, outdealed. It's all on exist, but for how long could he exist is the question. From on top of the hut, Shatter delivers the final blow. 12-4. And hey, Flirting with Danger have had a great day so far. And this has to be one hell of a birthday gift for Grace, right? If I'm not mistaken, today is his birthday. So his team certainly delivering it with a nice ribbon. This victory here on Nuke should be a testament, Shade, where Flirting with Danger are certainly a team that everybody has to look out for. You can't play around with them during the veto. They certainly look to be on top of their aim game at the moment. MPs and Flirting with Danger know exactly what's up. This bomb plant might not even go down, but they have given themselves a fighting chance here. Anxiety gonna be on the quick flank. Grace already towards door. Shatter in a position where he could deny, trying to spam to his rafters. Wait, what? Why would he even consider planting the bomb there? He heard the spam, and that is just nerves hitting them at the worst possible moment. 13-4, Affinity. Any hope for them to come back into this game is certainly removed right now. And so far, Flirting with Danger, I feel like for Flirting with Danger, now comes the real start, right? After this stage is where they start facing the real tough opposition, which are accustomed to facing. I just hope that in the face of that kind of side of Flirting with Danger,
Exist almost gets a peek into Grace there as he makes his way through Secret. But Flirting with Danger, by and large, have been fully in control of this matchup. Haven't really been put in too much danger. Use the player on top of Hut there, and the T's just managed to do what? And the spray down MP9. That range, very hard to lock in those headshots. Infinity keep themselves alive in this matchup, but They still got a long way to go on the T side here on Nuke, where the odds are definitely stacked against them, OG.
Well, a glimmer of hope would be the fact that Flirting with Danger now have to commit to a full eco. Their economy now in shambles. Infinity have a chance to come back here, Shade, but their margin for error is very small. Oh, the push. It is just so overwhelming, but Infinity able to reply. I think that might be one of the quickest rounds I've seen in the tournament so far, Shade.
I'm going to correct you there. The quickest round we've seen in the tournament so far. Doesn't get any faster than that. But Flirting with Danger, it's not going to affect them. They were pretty much staring down at double eco. We might just see them do the same thing again with the 5 nades that they have this time.
Itchy Affinity, where you would not like the itch. Right now, outer control has been going really decent for Affinity, and it seems like they're going to fall back onto that, leaving only Swag to defend towards lobby. We've seen this a lot from Flirting with Danger, where they take the control towards outer and they try to crunch in through in out, which seems to be the strat. The other buys the aggro. They're gonna open things up towards ramp. That will allow Friday to get the frag. Beautiful bait and switch, and they are just feeding it in the meat sandwich. Friday going heads and above, 2 kills, making the third. Now it's anxiety to steal it away.
Big mistake there from Finity. The A stack with the 4 CTs, pistol armor. They were sitting there with in rounds, especially the anti-ecos. You gotta have a player or two on pure scouting duty alone, just to ensure that you don't really walk into a set trap. But
down, it was not in a situation where Flirting with Danger lost all control, right? They were able to regain control, and that trade holds the B side, holds the A side, in fact, down, shattered, just shattering the hopes and dreams of Affinity in this home 50-6. For them, the entirety of the CT half as well. They were rounds which they certainly need to go back and take a closer look at. A lot of things that they could potentially work on, things such things like buddy systems, things like getting refrags at a crucial point. More importantly, their default setup on the CT side looked very exploitable for Flirting with Danger. And hey, going up against a team who's coming with a lot of homework, a 3 versus 3 Shade. This is doable. Affinity, they might be able to get this round in their back, but the bomb dropped. This shit, he got it dusted. They know exactly where the remainder of Affinity lurk towards.
oh no.
That one play, Shade, cost them.
Yeah, they dropped the C4, and with that, probably any resemblance of a chance of having a shot at getting back into this. It's a 2v3 situation. Friday is pretty low, but I don't see how they're going to be able to isolate this into individual duels and get control of the C4 with just 40 seconds remaining. Probably the last few seconds in the tournament here for Affinity. They're making their way in through mini, but time is of the essence. They've got such a long way to go. The CTs at this point of time, they're not probably going to have to break a sweat at all. Nice break coming in from Inception. Spotted out Friday, who's pretty low, but the crossfire is strong and kicking 16-6. Flirting with Danger. That was an amazing display of T-side on Nuke by Flirting with Danger. OG, thoughts on that match?
Yeah, that's exactly what you'd like to see on the T side, right? Having that pace kick in when you need it the most. And it's not like the 15 rounds that they did play on the T side were all fast paced. They were able to vary up their pace a notch. They hit towards ramp a couple of times. They made the entirety of the defense feel a little vulnerable, which at the end of the day, it's a strong mind game, Shade, when you hold the angle but you still don't win. And that happens on consecutive rounds. You start to lose that kind of hope. You start to lose that kind of momentum that you really need to come back into this game. One thing that we didn't really see from the CT side is a lot of timeouts. We saw them take a lot early on, but when they started getting towards that losing spree, you never really saw them try to recompose themselves and try to retaliate. No refrag setup as well. Flirting with Danger, you really can't give them as much room to breathe, or else they're going to come in instantly with a punish, as shown here on Nuke. And boy, am I excited going deeper in this tournament, Jade. The more Nuke, the more Vertigo we do see, it's going to be all the more fun for Indian CS.
It is going to be indeed. We're just about getting started here. It is day number 6 of the Dell Futurist Presents Alienware LevelUp Challenge. Huge shout out to Dell Futurist for making this happen. For all the gamers out there who are looking to convert their passion in gaming into a career, do check out the Dell Futurist program. Sign up for it. There's a few mentor sessions available on their social handles as well. If you're interested in any of the various opportunities in the world of gaming, arts, music, and sustainability, this is Shades. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Dell Futurist presents Alienware LevelUp Challenge. I'm Shades here. Joining me is OG the Lores Chicken. It is time for the second match of the day. This should be an interesting one, OG. We have White Shadow Esports going up against Playmakers. We are going into Mirage in a best of one. Thoughts on the matchup and predictions?
I feel like this is going to be one of the most even matchups that we've seen so far on stream. And Mirage is the perfect ground for this. It makes for the best maps that we've seen in, I'd say, the tournament so far. So I hope that this is going to be a close affair. And I feel like Playmaker 5 might have that small advantage headed into this one. At least that's how I feel headed into this. So let me think of a score, maybe 16-12, favoring Playmaker 5.
I'm going to go with White Shadow Esports. I think from all the matches we've seen of late in this tournament as well as in the other ones, I think they've shown us that they've got quite a bit of firepower in them to see this through. And we'll anyway have to wait out and see who moves through to the round of 32. Moving on though, if you guys tuning in, are thinking about maybe pursuing a career in gaming. I know everybody's got tons of passion for it, but being able to convert that into a career, I think you've landed in the absolute best place. Dell Futurist is the platform to go to. Go ahead, sign up with us. If you're looking to pursue a wealth of opportunities there, do check out their mentor programs as well on their social handles for more information on that. If you're looking to get yourself a brand new Alienware or a Dell gaming laptop, there are two new ones coming out, one for Alienware, one for the Dell Gaming G series this week. So do check out their social for that as well. OG, what are your thoughts on the tournament so far?
Well, it's been quite the few days that we've had behind us, right? We've seen so many new names, which I'm so happy to see, Shade. When I used to play competitively, at least the short period I tried, it was the same few names and rinse and repeat that would see it years in, years out. It'd just be the few players on the top. We know who exactly is beneath them. And the list for, I'd say, the top 20 teams in India has been the same for the majority of Indian CS, but this tournament, at least the recent tournaments as well that we've had, gives me a lot of hope, Shade. We've seen so many new faces here in this tournament, and that's the entire goal, right? We want to see how many of these aspiring players could actually live out their full-fledged dream of potentially being one of India's best to offer. And hey, we've certainly seen those potentials. Even the new names that we have seen have proven us one thing. Regardless how well known they might be, they still have it in them to perhaps give the best a run for their money.
And here in this tournament, I think the goal is going to be to try and go as deep in the tournament as possible while getting recognized among your peers, especially for the newer teams out there who've been putting in the time, putting in the effort, both individually and as a team, to train hardcore on a daily basis, right? But to get the recognition, they need to have platforms like this where they can perform and show it to the rest of the country and the world that, hey, all that work we put in, it was for this very day, this very matchup. But looks like we do have one of the players from Playmakers who's disconnected out at the moment. So we're going to take a short break. We'll be back again with this matchup. It is White Shadow Esports versus Playmakers. Don't go anywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The first round is on its way. White Shadow Esports versus Playmakers. It's a quick hit towards the B side, and they lose Abstracts very early on. Deception, unable to do anything, and there's a lot of players swarming in on this direction. Buster needs to go huge here. He's found the first, they find the two, and it's all down to Sparky. Deception knows exactly where he's playing from. He's given up his gig. He turns around. What a fast flick and gets it down to a 1v2. Can he go for more? He's found two. Absolutely huge. And it's all down to Buster to try and make this happen. He spots the head, misses the first two clicks. And Sparky, 1v3 gargantuan clutch here for White Shadow Esports. What a start for the CTs. What a start for the Ts rather. The CTs, it seemed like they had the round in the bag, OG, before Sparky decided to turn this round head over its heels.
Playmakers, that gotta hurt. A 1 versus 3, and now White Shadow Esports we've seen this quite a bit, right? Where the second round is more or less secured, and the CTs always prefer to go into this with as minimal of investments as much you could think, where the Mac 10s, they get so much money and work done. It might be a little hard, Jade, especially on a map like Mirage, where it's now a little harder for the CT side to contest mid a little later on, right? You need a lot of utility to do that with. So we'll need to see headed into this matchup how Playmakers could adapt potentially. White Shadow Esports though, your pick in the predictions are turning out to be at least fruitful for now, Shade. The Deagle at range couldn't really find the connection. Abstracts ends up going down to the O. Playmakers, they have that. All right, this is where it gets a little questionable, Shade. Buster has gone in
Glass cannon.
A glass cannon off. The utility is abysmal. Baba has no money to go for any utility. Reborn and Abstract lack head armor. 5 Mac 10s up against them, Shade. Do I even need to tell how hard of a time Buster will have if the range closes down? Smoke certainly adding to that component, as now the connector push is going to come to reality. Reborn with the M4 is good for the first, but the fast-paced play, it does not pay off. Eventually, though, they start finding the frags. Sparky finds 2, and now the A side under siege. Mind you, it's Bye-Bye who has the bomb, and he needs to make his way back to his side, but that's where Abstract chimes in with an absolutely massive kill. A 1 versus 2, but with a lot of utility, it's sure as hell possible for Sanji. He goes down at 8 though, and the flash over with the peak. Connector, again, a very iffy position. You do not want to take this fight if you're Sanji. Again, you've got to attribute it to utility there. Why did he use the Molotov or smoke or even the flashbang to get that second kill? That could have been a clutch which was made easier by way of utility. But hey, White Shadow Esports, they didn't reinvest in the previous round. So that means they have a lot of money left over. Now, they could get back on the board and deny Playmaker any momentum that comes alongside getting the first round.
AWP out, Buster. He expects the push through short, and that's gonna be the case. What a shot coming through. And there is Abstracts up at short as well. This push is pretty much done for OG. They've cleaned them all up.
Yeah, that's just rinse and repeat. For now, there's Booty left in an unwinnable 1 versus 5. They have a good inkling as to where he is, and Abstract even spots him out, but he ends up going down though. Booty has the bomb. Deception. Sneaking his way onto its car, and now with utility out in hand, it's only gonna get caught off guard. Whips on the spray where Reborn comes in from the back lines to clean things up. 2-2, Playmakers. They find a stable start to their CT side, where now White Shadow Esports have nothing in way of money. In fact, they need to go on a complete eco. Right now, they might just try and pull off a Hail Mary play to get a bomb plan, Shade. Getting a bomb plan in this round is going to be absolutely crucial. It'll give them a lot of utility for them to work with. to try and close the distance and make Buster feel as uncomfortable as he can. With the op on the CT side and nothing to contest it with on the T side, it's gonna mean that Playmaker have a little more room to get the lead and try to get this under their control.
It is. White Shadow Esports looked a lot shaky in that last couple of rounds. Not really the crispest of T-side rounds we've seen from them so far, as they've pretty much resorted to quick plays. But with the pistol, it looks like it's going to be pretty much more of this. They're going to try and force the Oppa out of position. The Molotov timing is crucial here, and Baba is able to mow down two players in. They are going to, however, concentrate now towards the B side. Buster's already in with the op. What a big kill as Deception goes down. Makes this a lot more doable here for the T's in a 2v2. The push from short is the undoing. YB though.
Nice kill. Not gonna lie, this is really good progress in the way of White Shadow Esports. They not only significantly dented the economy of White Shadow Esports, but they also got the bomb plan shade, which was the objective that they had in their mind headed into this round with. They'll have a lot of money to throw around anything that they do need to make ends meet, and Bye even could go for an op if needs be. It's actually Booty who invests in one. He will lack head armor though, so a point to notice where he will be susceptible to one taps from the M4 as well. A lot of utility that White Shadow Esports have at their disposal. Playmakers, they have taken the lead momentarily though. White Shadow, will they be able to reply and not allow Playmakers to take the lead? Because we've seen this on multiple occasions, Shade. It's only when the other side has a significant lead that the momentum shift comes into play. At least if past trends is any indication of what the future, it should be Playmakers taking this round back home. But hey, White Shadow Esports, they have pulled out the surprise element. They have the op. Is it going to make a difference is going to be the question. Reborn with the Molotov towards ramp. That's going to slow down the T's on their foot. Flashbang will allow Buster to try and peek, but they go for the conservative option. It's only Baba who's concealed towards Firebox, who now has to strike, and he does so in style. He's good for the first. He is chiming massively. Does the damage on the third as well. Buying so much more distraction for Reborn to strike. Just a blistering defense here, boiling this down to the last man standing. Booty with the op cannot do anything from connected. The bomb planted all the way back through safe. Triple. I love that defense there. The bait and switch put so much heat into the defense that White Shadow Esports tried to scramble there. Baba, that was a very integral play. He not only took two down, but he brought so much distraction that the smokes were not watched whatsoever. The push came in, and White Shadow Esports had nowhere to hide.
And Buster finds the opener there, the peek towards A main. No push coming in just yet. Niku has got just the T-Eagle. He's going to push straight up into the arms of Abstracts. This round seems to be ending in a hurry here. Sparky left with an all-to-do Deception with a quick cleanup. 5-2 Playmakers. They've looked very strong on the CT side after those first initial couple of hiccups, OG. The previous round to the anti-eco that we just witnessed, that player playing in Firebox was their trump card. Two CTs playing bait and switch, allowing him to stay there unnoticed. And as they go for the plant there, White Shadow, he strikes out two huge frags, setting up the rest of the Playmakers to take the cleanup. But as I say that, Buster, he's been peeking that angle pretty frequently, and Booty there was more than ready this time to take him up on that fight. They get the opening kill. Exactly what White Shadow Esports needed here. The man advantage. Let's see if they can make more inroads as Baba the Beast might just look to get aggressive here towards Palace.
Sanji, anticipating this push the entire round, finally rewarded for his patience, but the attack does come in though. Reborn with the off, chiming in massively with that second. Look to be a collateral. Abstracts chiming in with one as well, making this a doable 1 versus 2. These frags, they came in so quickly, and our Deception has to be able to man up to the fight. The bomb plants wide open. Deception. There was a smoke all the way back in CD base, but he did not pick it up. A massive misplay, perhaps, because that could have given him the ability to even pull off a ninja. He's gonna completely clear off towards side, but it's White Shadow Esports playing completely passive with the after plan. The bait comes in. Nobody on the peak so far. The double peak. Easy for Bye God. 5-3. White Shadow Esports coming in with the resurgence, but that got down to the wire shade, and Playmakers, they cannot be disappointed by the previous round.
Despite the two-man advantage early on, White Shadow Esports almost get undone with that defense at connector. The push through into the AWP. They give him 2 frags. If he ends up getting 1 more there, that was Playmakers still possibly making that 3v5 work, but instead White Shadow Esports get their 3rd round on the board. Playmakers, however, are not going to be denied a buy here. They're able to bring out the full arsenal. 4 rifles, AWP onto Buster. Early mid control here for White Shadows as Booty as well as Niku. Tag team up as 2. Abstracts playing in from ladder room. While Baba the Beast is playing super aggressive here up at connector, and he catches Niku with the utility in hand. Early advantage for the CTs, and this looks like OG. We're heading back to the pattern from earlier, but nice shot there from Booty to level things up.
Yeah, absolutely crucial as well, because he finds that equalizer which stretches the defense relatively thin for Playmakers, leaving Deception all too lonesome towards the B side. That's exactly why White Shadow Esports need a strike. Deception. Is he gonna be able to pull off the bonkers plays? The question, nobody has cleared it. The trigger discipline. This is the undoing of White Shadow Esports. Playmakers 5. This is the play that needed to be made, and Deception has gone above and beyond, giving them the man advantage on this retake. Buster is already stepped through, and nobody knows about this. Sanji's position is certainly noted, and now the frag comes in from Reborn. Booty, the off might just be instrumental in this 1 versus 2 as he gets the first, but Reborn, he's been concealed so far. He's playing a game of cat and mouse. Booty spots him out, and no, he gets tanked in return. 6-3. Playmakers, they make the play and they live up to their name.
He had the time there for the quickscope OG. Instead, he goes for the hero play, the swag play at that, tries the no scope, but it was a hit or a miss there. And miss, unfortunately, costs them the round, and Playmakers are able to hold on. That should have been far more easier, considering Deception almost handed that round on a silver platter to them with that aggression through B apartments, but it boils down to that 1v1 at the end. The no scope, not good enough that time around. And that has crippled the White Shadow Esports economy. They're back onto upgraded pistols. They do, however, have a decent bit of utility to try and make this A-hit work.
Certainly do, Shane. This is going to be all on to the player play sandwich, and well, Baba, he's delivered on the first. More than enough in the way of rotations there to help him out in case needs be. Push to underpass is the only push that leads to any kills, but it's too little to be celebrated for. 7-3 Playmakers. That is that one round shade that White Shadow Esports could not afford to lose, because look at the amount of momentum that Playmakers have generated. Now, White Shadow Esports again in with a buy. Booty back on it with his AWP. If White Shadow Esports need to have any kind of resemblance of life in the first half, it better be on the back of this round victory, because Playmakers, if given the opportunity, they will just completely shut you down with the momentum that they've come in with recently. A lot of sound given away.
What
He
is
knows
this?
exactly what Porky is. Sneaky beaky. This is what we like to see. Underpass push is worked to perfection. And now White Shadow Esports left in disarray. Although bye-bye with a right swing and on the bomb. Sir, he goes down as well. Reborn, an absolute madman. 3 kills to his books. And Niku, he's got to be feeling a little tantalized at the moment. He whiffs, but he ends up recovering only for that single frag. It's Booty with the op. A minute left on the clock. And I doubt he'd be able to pull off the clutch. The smoke ahead of him. He waits. He waits, and another smoke. That's just White Shadow Esports being said, sit the hell down. This is our swamp. In fact, Booty is going to be sidelined pretty soon. The nade, is he going to get shanked? Oh, he is. Oh, never mind, Baba. Wanted to take things safe. Nonetheless, Playmakers, they win out an absolutely crucial round there, setting themselves up potentially on the board for double digits. Coming into this game, Shade, we expected this to be very close. The scoreline doesn't suggest this, but we know how evenly matched both these teams are in terms of team dynamic, in terms of firepower, in terms of individual brilliance. It just might be the case that today's Playmakers' day.
Right now, they're setting up with the utility. Looks like they're going to be at least tossing the utility towards A, and full-blown committing to this. Reborn is in a good position to put a halt to this from the get-go. He's continuing to aggress up. Look at the confidence on this man. He's going to get 2. But that is a rifle recovered now on White Shadow Esports. Let's see if they can punish Playmakers for giving up the rifle. Buster with the AWP. He's boosted a top ticket.
Potentially something that is offered up for punish. So far, nothing offered as of yet, although Baba, he spots exactly the head and he disengages in the nick of time because the spam could have gone the other way as well. And this is just beautiful position, Shade. Buster, all he's going to do is buy bait. Now Baba coming in with the swing. This is not going to be an angle that's going to be checked from bye-bye. Ends up going down due to it. The punish is massive. Playmakers, they lose only a single man in the process. Look at the economy on the CD side, Shade. It is just, they have no signs of dying down. They have more than enough money to sustain themselves for the rest of the half, in fact. It's going to be a lot of work yet to be done from White Shadow Esports if they are to claw their way back into this game. They've scrapped together a buy, a Galil downgrade, and the op, ooh, if Booty landed that shot. He actually did. He legged Buster, but it's not the kill. You never want to leave a man left with a slither of HP because he still could be the danger. Reborn. He could have tried trigger discipline, but this is just unforgivable, Shade. I understand if this happens once in a half, but having it happen 2 consecutive times, and mind you, on buy rounds.
Reborn is just running rampant, OG. There's no one to stop him. He's just picking them one by one. And White Shadow Esports, that B hit was all over the place. They had no clue what's hitting them. And the problem is, this is not the first time it's happening. It is all okay when you get hit the first time, you're not ready for it, but to let it happen again and again.
In 2 consecutive buy rounds, nonetheless, a very crucial buy. Neither has the entirety side of Playmakers. I guess this is what happens when you feed into that comfort zone, right? Which many teams strive to achieve with their dominant stance. This is scary, and the one-way smoke deception uses it to absolute perfection, living up to his name, in fact, with his utility usage. And it's just all gone down the drain. White Shadow Esports simply not able to gain any grounds whatsoever here in the first half. And this is turning out to be a very one-sided ordeal, Shade. I think we saw this prior as well, where the first half things doesn't pan out for a team, right? But as soon as they switch sides, they look like a completely different beast. Perhaps the CT side is what White Shadow Esports are vying for, and that's where they can start mounting their potential comeback into this game. Because if they don't, it's going to be lights out pretty quick.
Well, they did manage to make things interesting here, as we do have a 2v2 situation, make that a 1v3 as Niku is unable to find Baba up at Sniper Nest, and this peek out is going to be almost impossible to win. Buster with the AWP gives Playmakers their 11th round on the board as we head into the last round of the first half. This has been a freight train with the title Playmakers running through Mirage so far. White Shadow Esports, after the first 2 rounds picked up, the pistol and the anti-eco, we haven't seen too much from them so far, and Playmakers, they've converted their success into pretty much keeping White Shadows at bay almost every single time with the CT aggression.
But this aggression again, Shade. At this point, I feel like Playmakers need to have at least a little bit of mercy in him, right? This non-stop aggression, always keeping White Shadow Esports on their heels, and now with the aggression towards A with the utility disposed, it's going to be a very quick flag. All that Playmakers need to do is buy time. They're going to be comfortable behind the smoke. The deagle spam from Buster yields him a kill. Track is just so relaxed with stairs, and now the backstab. Baba, wait, what? He actually whips a little. A 3 versus 3, it's doable here, but they have no clue of Reborn's position towards Palace. It's still an uphill battle, and boy, oh boy, the nightmare doesn't seem to have an ending in sight. Niku goes down as well. Playmakers, a really, really solid CT hack from them so far. I'm not gonna... This is quite the CT half shade, because this is something that I feel like Playmakers cannot replicate. This is going more the way of individual brilliance rather than team play. That aggression that they took, you gotta attribute some of this to White Shadow Esports not giving that second eye, right? Playmakers, it's looking really good so far for them, but going deeper into the tournament, I hope that they come in with the same confidence and the charisma that they're coming in right now with this matchup. (12-3). Playmakers now gonna be on the T side, and hey, they're like, we went out of the box on the CD side. We're gonna be strict down a textbook when it comes down to the T side. Baba providing the perfect cover, but they do end up trading the frags down an even 3 versus 3. A crucial frag there on Niku as it allows the bomb plan to go down towards B short. White Shadow Esports, they're spearheading their retake efforts from CT, but there's simply no manpower left. It's all left on a Sir, who has been a real performer for White Shadow Esports throughout the entirety of the tournament, but this is where he needs to step up. Diffuse kit, not gonna be close enough for him to pick up, and they're just trying to poke around with him, have as much fun in the process. He's forcing the issue, gonna be on the wide swing, Reborn that to deny. 13-3, Playmakers looking to end this one a quick. If you had to say anything to White Shadow Esports for them to improve on, perhaps an anecdote, what would it be, Shade?
Well, Playmakers, they continue to ride their momentum. They're the pistol round, that crucial pick towards, I believe it was jungle, where they get the push in, ensure that they keep the numbers advantage. Gives them the pistol there at the end. The 1v2, too much of an ask, as Playmakers were pretty comfortable and in position towards A main. Right now, they're going to play with the gamble. Booty with the scout all alone out at A. That's where the hit is coming. The rotation is going to be a tad bit too late from the rest of the guys in. Yeah,
that's why they call it the murder hole. Yeah, there's just no sunshine at the other end of the tunnel. It's all left on a bye-bye. Completely forced out with a little bit of utility, but hey, position discovered. Baba been on point so far. No reason to even doubt him. in this circumstance. Bye-bye. Perhaps bye-bye. 3 players from Playmakers are tagged, and he's actually doing quite a bit in way of damage. Of little of no avail, though, considering the scoreline. Flash, skill engage. Dabbing is not gonna be what's good in 2020, and luckily Abstract there. The only member not to dab, he gets a kill. 14-3, White Shadow Esports. You know that their backs are against the wall when the glass cannon immediately gets pulled off. We saw this earlier, in fact, from Playmakers on the CT side, where it didn't pan out initially. That's where White Shadow Esports, in fact, got a few initial rounds. But hoping is not bad. And let's hope that Sporky at least finds a few openers here. Hey, there's always a redemption story, right? Even if you do end up on the bottom end of a matchup like this, a couple of highlights and you'd be good to go. Sanju. Good with the MP9 for the first. That was making it very effective. Niku, though, quickly pushed down upon Sporky with the op. Can't really provide much as it's again left on a bye-bye in a 1 versus 3. Has the MP9 to try and pull this off with. But Reigns to make this one worth jumping, wasting a lot of 9s on Reborn. Ends up getting a frag. But bye-bye. Cannot delay the inevitable for that long. 15-3 Playmakers now going to be on the verge of taking this one home. This is one of the few matchups, Shade, that this deep into the tournament has gotten this one-sided.
Indeed, OG. 15-3 Playmakers. Clearly the better team in the server here today on Mirage. The force buy coming in from White Shadow Esports. They managed to put out the AWP, but it's going to be a quick rush towards A. Buster ends up going down, but Deception peeks back out immediately. They're worried towards Palace as well. The jump over.
Abstract with a no-scope. Boy, is he feeling it today. It's Baba in a 1 versus 2 clutch. He's been as radio silent as he possibly could be, but yeah, I think the spot's it. You know exactly where he's coming from. Tap, but yeah, not gonna work. 15-4, White Shadow Esports looking for a little more. But given the score, I'd say Playmakers, they're just going for the force and try and close things out as soon as they can. They don't want to give White Shadow Esports any kind of ground for them to work with in the second half. They still recover the op here, White Shadow, so a slither of hope still left in them. They have a lot of diffuse kits. Utility, though, a little humble. Quick split towards B, maybe? They have control towards mid completely uncontested. The rotations are coming in now. And they have complete control towards B short as well. That's the point where you start choking them. Make them pay for what they have done. It's been a hard fight for White Shadow throughout the entirety of this game, but Playmakers have certainly come in to be the more experienced and the more well-oiled machine that we do need to see further off. As this tournament progresses, White Shadow Esports.
Oh, the disconnects are already coming through, OG. They've given up on this.
Kudos to them. They've gotten really deep into this tournament. They've certainly made a couple in terms of highlight reels. And at the end of the day, it's a learning experience, right? This is how you learn and grow. Through pain, through sweat, through tears, and through effort. And hey, they've already got all of those down at the book. Now, all they need is a little bit of time, and the fermenting process has just begun. 16-4 Playmakers. A really, really strong showing here on Mirage. Proving themselves to be, without a doubt, the more dominant team in this matchup. But going further into this tournament, they'll face a lot more resistance. And I again hope that they come in with the same mojo, the same game style, and the same confidence that they've displayed to us today.
Yeah, Playmakers pretty much sweep the competition here on Mirage, 16-4. Pretty much looked like they were on cruise control throughout that entire matchup, having to hardly break a sweat. They lose the first 2 rounds, and from that point on, never really looked back at any point of time. A couple of isolated rounds going the way of White Shadow Esports, but Playmakers, congratulations. They move on to the round of 32 here today. Any final thoughts, OG?
Well, For White Shadow Esports, I'd say don't give up. You have a roster that looks like it works. All you need is time. Give it a little bit of time, give it a little bit of patience, and hey, go by the basics. Get your basics down to the wire, and everything will work out just fine. Just give it a little time.
All right, with that, we're done with day number 6 of the Dell Futurist Presents Alienware Level Up Challenge. For all the gamers who are tuning in, if you're looking to convert your passion for gaming into a career, sign up with us for the Dell Futurist program. Do check out the mentor sessions that are available on the social handles. Also, there's a brand new Alienware and Dell Gaming G Series laptop coming out this week. Check out the socials for updates on that as well. But for today, it is me, Shadeslayer, and OG signing off. We'll see you folks back again tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the Saturday, folks.